Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about a case in which the administration seems to be relenting and saying we will bring someone wrongfully deported home, or at least we are currently working with ICE Air to bring the man, OCG are his initials, his last name is Garcia, back to the United States on an air charter operations return leg. That is a leg that is taking deportees to Mexico, will bring him back. That really doesn't seem like it should be very hard. So I don't know what further excuse they could possibly try to manufacture, but it looks like this fellow will be brought home. That is how it seemed to me when his case surfaced. So he is comparable to Abrego Garcia, but in some ways worse. This is a case in front of a Massachusetts judge, Brian Murphy. And what happened in the case is that OCG, let's call him Garcia, was sent to Mexico. And Murphy agreed, did the judge, to let them do that while he was figuring out in general what sort of notice has to be provided and the like. But that was based on the representation of the administration that OCG had said, I don't have a problem going to Mexico. That was a lie, or at least when it came time to substantiate it, the administration couldn't. So Murphy said, you do what you're going to do. I'm not going to order you this second to return them. I'm going to take discovery and figure out the story. And the discovery was, okay, please tell me exactly what Garcia said and how you know he wasn't worried about Mexico, because his lawyers certainly were saying that he was. His lawyers were saying he is from Guatemala. When he came to the United States, he went through Mexico. He is gay, and he was tortured, raped, forced to pay a big ransom to get out, and you bet he's scared of going back to Mexico. And Murphy said, all right, administration, what do you have? And it turned out they had nothing. They had this very egg on their face, embarrassing filing that said, we've looked hard. We cannot find the person or any person to whom Garcia actually made this representation. At that point, Murphy went really ballistic. So he was, Murphy, reacting in the wake of two other judges, Boasberg and Zinnes, who had really taken the administration to task, had been very sharp with them, had implied there may be contempt here, but there was the more difficult situation, maybe, at least as represented by the administration, that now Abrego Garcia is in the clutches of El Salvador and can't just be brought back, and there are state secrets, etc. You just couldn't make that fly for Mexico. So Murphy said, bring him back, or came within an eyelash of saying that. Used the magic F word, facilitate, but made it clear that, like, facilitate means, do everything. Don't come back here with, we're having trouble, finding a plane or whatever. So he's made the same kind of order, but in a very firm way. He wants, and moreover, he held that the notice given to Garcia was inadequate. He basically said, bring him home. And here we go. It's the first time, and it's pretty significant. I mean, the U.S. is in a corner, and it had nowhere really to go. Can't think of an excuse they could try to proffer. Still, they've been resistant and recalcitrant in situations where it didn't look like they had maneuvering room. So it's quite significant, I think, that they're saying, okay, and they are bowing to a judicial order. Murphy has already indicated they may be in contempt for the previous misrepresentation. That's sort of still hovering. But basically, out of room to maneuver, they did not say, we're not going to listen to you. You're a mere district court judge. They said, the plane is on the way. And, unless they come up with, something completely fanciful, they're going to be bringing him back. Now, at that point, remember, all that happens is you get due process, but he'll get to make his claim, and it sounds pretty strong. Not Mexico. I will be really suffer persecution there, and not Guatemala, where he's from. That part was always clear. It's the same thing. And his lawyer, I think, is going to be fine with a third country, and maybe the administration will do its best to make it a hellhole. So all of that is kind of, potential tough medicine, etc. But the due process aspect of this is he gets to make his claim. He gets a judge to evaluate his claim, whether he should be protected from going to Mexico, and therefore underscoring it was a total screw up on the administration's part, and then get the rights he was due. Again, doesn't say he gets released. And this is true with everybody, right? What they've done, the administration, even as they've made these claims of what, nasty people these are. You can't say that about Garcia. He doesn't seem to have any record in this country anyway. That's all the courts can do, but it's exactly what the administration has rebuffed. Give them the process they deserve under the law. They may have a right not to be deported. They may not, but it's for the judiciary to at least play a role here. And it looks as if this is the first case where the administration is bowing to the dictates of the law. They have no maneuvering room not to, but even so, the fact that they're doing it is pretty significant and suggests that going forward, they won't be able, or they will not simply say, no, we're not going to do it. When push comes to shove here with no cards left to play, they're getting the plane, and he should be on his way back unless they pull the fastest of fast ones. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.